Ladies and gentlemen, skeptics, tea drinkers, and Twitter detectives, get your popcorn. Clutch your pearls and brace yourselves because Remy Ma just did the unthinkable. It was a live show with bright lights and cameras rolling, and she was caught red-handed using Dr. *GS backstage. Yes, it is true that the footage was leaked, and it is so clear that you can see the regret forming in 4,000. How can a Grammy-nominated rapper go from judging talent to being escorted out of the building by 2 security guards and a makeup artist holding her heels? Don't ask us, ask the footage. This wasn't just a bad look. It was a disastrous PR meltdown, a career nosedive, and perhaps the most embarrassing TV moment since Paula Abdul's Uncorked interview. Not to be distracted by the reactions of fans jeering, producers scurrying, and Papoose looking like he wanted to fade into the drywall. So what actually happened backstage? Who leaked the footage, and how did Remy Ma go from state of the culture to state of emergency? Stay put because the drama is boiling, the receipts are hot, and Remy Ma's reputation is cooked. Let's go back in time to the tape. It was supposed to be Remy Ma's big comeback into the spotlight after years of messy headlines, relationship drama, and social media shade-fests. She had finally landed a high-profile gig as a guest judge on a nationally televised talent show called The Mic Drop, which is like American Idol meets Love and hip-hop, but with a lot more attitude and less professionalism. The industry's golden child, Remy, once said, "If I ain't got beef, I'm bored." This is the same Remy who had beefs with Britney Taylor, Nicki, and even her own glam squad over Edge Control. She has had more rap battles than hit singles in the last 10 years. But somehow she persuaded the producers of Mic Drop that she could represent musical integrity and street wisdom on national television, and for a brief while it worked. The first 2 episodes aired without incident, and even Papoose was cheesing for the cameras backstage, as if he had just landed ABT. We've all seen celebrity diva behavior before, but this time it wasn't giving Beyoncé anything. Instead, it was giving, "Please don't drug test me today." Then came the real kicker. During a commercial break, Remy allegedly disappeared for 11 minutes, leaving everyone clutching their clipboards. One of the paws checked the security feed and discovered that Remy Ma was in the dressing room, leaning over the counter, doing something she absolutely shouldn't have been doing. Yes, Karen from the lighting department and Darren from audio are now snitching on tape. We won't go into detail about what happened, but let's say that there was white powder, a rolled-up piece of paper, and a lot of denial. The footage was crystal clear, high definition, and shot from multiple angles, as if Spielberg had directed it before anyone could hit delete. A copy had already been leaked to a certain shady gossip page on Instagram that rhymes with femur. The internet didn't just react. Twitter exploded with the hashtag Remy what you girls think. TikTok creators began acting out the scene, and someone even made a remix video of the footage with Remy's old lyrics edited over the top. The decision was made quickly. Within 20 minutes of viewing the footage, producers called an emergency meeting with the legal team and decided Remy Ma had to be disqualified, not put on leave. Not let's handle it quietly, no. They made her sign a release, packed up her dressing room, and escorted her out like she was trying to sneak into the Grammys without a pass. What's more shocking is that the audience was unaware of what was happening and were still clapping during commercial breaks, believing everything was fine. As security pulled Remy aside, she continued to insist that it was just a vitamin powder. Vitamin C doesn't make you sweat like that, boo. But just when we thought the scandal had reached its climax, someone leaked the raw footage, not the security tape, but the behind-the-scenes camera footage that showed the exact moment Remy was told she was disqualified. Her face was priceless. In 1 minute she was adjusting her wig, and the next minute she was saying, "Wait, y'all serious?" "Girl, yes. Serious," like a Papoose freestyle. The video went viral, garnering millions of views in a matter of hours. Even Wendy Williams, who was still off-air, managed to upload a blurry iPhone reaction from her couch with the caption, "As if that wasn't enough drama for one night." Someone from the glam team leaked a screenshot of a group chat in which Remy allegedly admitted to using something to take the edge off. You know what else could take the edge off? A therapist or chamomile tea. But wait, there's more. Remy was leaving the building escorted by 2 bodyguards and seemed to have just lost a custody battle. One fan even yelled out, "You used to be real. Now you're just really embarrassing behavior." Reminisce. Mackie has been removed from her role as a guest judge on Mic Drop. We wish her luck in her future endeavors. Chris might be endeavoring to appear in court at this rate. And now with social media still ablaze and PR teams working overtime, we're left with one burning question. What happens next? Because this was just the beginning, and the real drama is about to start rolling in from every corner. From leaked demons to irate fans, and maybe even a lawsuit or two. Now that the footage was out there, fully leaked, screenshotted, and slowed down frame by conspiracy TikTok, the internet was in complete meltdown mode, with Reddit threads turning into crime scene investigations. The real bombshell came not from the fans but from an anonymous source, who claimed to be a member of the production's post-show cleanup crew. They sent a voice note to a gossip blog called The Spill Plug explaining that this wasn't the first time Remy had been showing up sketchily since episode 1 and that the producers didn't want to deal with the backlash. Let's examine that, according to the so-called whistleblower, who identified herself as Tasha Hare in Wig's department for B. Remy Ma had been acting strangely since day 1, dozing off in the chair, babbling during takes, asking for green tea that smelled suspiciously like henny eyes. Tasha even claimed that in episode 2, Remy left her microphone on during a bathroom break and could be heard muttering to herself, "They went to set me up like they did Lauren, sis." Lauren Hill ain't never snorted anything behind no Coke machine. But the real tea. Tasha included blurred-out photos of Ray's dressing table with a mystery bag, a rolled-up dollar bill, and a mini bottle of Freeze for vibe control. Apparently, once those photos appeared on the blogs, it was over. Instagram clowned her TikTok, and TikTok started a whole new trend called the hashtag Remy Challenge, where users pretend to fall asleep during judging or wildly overreact to someone singing off-key. Even fake DMs began to circulate. Then came the celebrity reactions. Fat Joe, who is typically loyal to a fault, went live for 7 minutes without mentioning her name after fans asked in the comments, "Where's Remy?" "There are times when the streets speak before you do," he said. What does it even mean? Nicki Minaj's Barbs had a field day. One of the most popular tweets read, "Remember when Remy declared that Nicki's career was over? Now she's out here, getting disqualified like it's even." Cardi B liked and disliked the tweet 5 hours later. But the worst blow came from someone you wouldn't expect, Papoose himself. In a now-deleted Instagram story, he posted a black screen with white text that simply read, "Discipline is the bridge between goals and collapse. That's all I'll say." A close friend of Remy's gave an exclusive interview to Black Tea Daily, and PR teams were scrambling. They tried to spin it that Remy was under pressure and wasn't using Dr. Asterisk GS instead. She was using powdered pre-workout to stay energized. Y'all just assume things pre-workout and heals with a rolled-up bill. Chilly, even GNC said, "Don't bring us into this." Meanwhile, the McDraw producers had already removed Remy's name from their social media accounts, cut her out of the opening credits, and substituted a cardboard cutout of Missy Elliott for her seat. Just when we thought the drama couldn't get any more intense, a second angle of the footage leaked. This time from a mirror reflection inside the dressing room. The reflection clearly shows Remy staring at herself, pausing midline and muttering, "They're going to crucify me for this, girl. You crucified your own career." Another anonymous source, purportedly a makeup artist named DD, who has been in the game since 106, and Park, stated that the network is already in negotiations with legal. They are threatening to sue her for breach of contract, image damage, and possible loss of advertiser trust. Some fans are still supporting Remy, saying that she was set up by industry insiders. Others say it's classic self-sabotage. One viral comment read, "Remy Ma went from conceited to convicted in a single episode. Y'all haven't chill." People are already making merch t-shirts that say "Disqualified Diva" and "Rolling with Remy" are trending on Etsy. Someone even made a Funko Pop concept of her in a robe holding a Ziploc bag. Meanwhile, the gossip blogs are eating. YouTubers are dropping explained videos, and podcasts are analyzing her body language as if it were a CIA briefing, and fake insiders are demanding pages at Warren. Wendy Williams, who hasn't appeared on television for more than a year, has returned in some way with a YouTube hot tea segment called Remy Mamas. The question now isn't whether Remy Ma made a mistake, but rather how many bags she messed up in 36 hours, because she didn't just lose her judging job but also her pending endorsement deal with fashion Nova Men, a rumored guest appearance on Power Book 5, Brooklyn Heat, and an upcoming podcast series with VH1 called Still Standing. A lyrical powerhouse, Remy Ma is now being discussed in legal offices, PR war rooms, and group chats called She Did What. This is all because of one careless moment that was captured on camera in 4K with Dolby surround sound level clarity. And the fallout is getting worse. Sources close to the McDraw production confirm that the network has lawyers going over every single clause of her contract. And guess what they found? A morality clause. Yes. A small line in the fine print states that if a judge engages in public misconduct, illegal activity, or behavior that harms the brand, they are not only fired but also liable for damages, as in Remy might owe them money. Not the other way around. According to an unidentified source who spoke to Tinseltown Insider, there will be repercussions because she not only got high but did so on her dime. We paid her to ruin our brand, according to a leaked tip to the bus chain blog. Police have reportedly become involved after the studio had to turn over the raw security footage for internal compliance with local laws regarding substance abuse in a workplace. According to reports, Ouch lawyers are preparing a $1.4 million lawsuit for breach of contract, reputational harm, and mental anguish to the panel and crew. One of the sound guys reportedly had to take a week off because he claimed he could still hear the sniffing echo in his dreams. No one is claiming she has been arrested. Remy's fans, who once applauded her for surviving prison motherhood in the rap game, are now sharing old videos with remarks like, "Damn, we really thought she was going to be the one to stay clean. Let's just say that if she ever leaves that county again, she might be taken away in handcuffs. I defended her during the cheating scandal. I defended her when she dismissed Nicki, but this time I've got nothing left in Papoose crickets." One fan even tweeted, although some sources say he's keeping quiet to protect their daughter and is working with his team on an official statement, others say he's been spotted out in NYC without his wedding ring, looking like a man who just paid for therapy and a divorce from Uber Eats on the same day. The Remy and Pap fairy tale is falling apart more quickly than her endorsement deals. Speaking of sponsors, let's talk about the cancelled Dowseries. Remy was reportedly filming a behind-the-scenes redemption arc series about her rise, fall, and growth with the working title, Reminisce. Still got it. Now, all the footage sits in an editing bay somewhere collecting dust next to Ja Rule's Coachella. Recap. Let's not forget the court of public opinion on the mindfulness apps, DJ Envy said. "This is why we don't let everyone redeem themselves," Angela Yuri tweeted. "Some people don't need to come back, they need a time machine." Wendy Williams posted another blurry video whispering, "Remy Ma's career is on life support. Pull the plug." Meanwhile, the internet was full of memes. One included Remy behind a judge's desk with the caption, "You've been sentenced to your own mess." Another featured Papoose photoshopped into the departing work early meme with a bag that read respectfully. Even phony trailers appeared on YouTube with titles like Remy Ma, The Final Snot, a Netflix original. The damage was done. And what was Remy doing during all of this? She went silent for a while, posting no stories, tweets, or Instagram stories, until she finally broke it with a black screen, white text story, "Sometimes you fall. But don't stay there, girl, right now. The only things falling are your public reputation, brand deals, and marriage at the same time." But some fans are holding on to the Free Remy crowd and have started a petition to get her back on the mic drop, and it has 834 signatures, most of them from anonymous. They had at least she wasn't fake like them, yeah, but not being fake doesn't mean you should get caught on camera with Schedule 1 regrets, sis. And while fans argue in comment sections and Twitter spaces titled, "Y'all still writing for Reminisce?" the industry has already moved on to her replacement judge. Rumor has it that it's Megan Thee Stallion's old vocal coach, who doesn't need powder to keep their energy up. Remy has reportedly been spotted in upstate New York, spending time with her family and introspecting. But one neighbor claims she was also seen yelling at someone on FaceTime while holding a wine bottle in a fuzzy slipper mood. The question now is whether this is the end of Remy Ma's career, or just the beginning of a bigger mess because, let's face it, getting kicked out of a live show for using drugs backstage, caught on camera, leaked online, and then being ghosted by your own husband isn't a bad week. It's a public meltdown in surround sound. However, perhaps you believe that the industry set her up, that the footage wasn't what it looked like, or that Pap, you should have stood by her instead of leaving like it was a soap opera finale. Crucially, did you anticipate this from her? Let us know in the comments section below. Since the story is far from done, if you're still in shock, push the like button, hit subscribe, and enable notifications to receive the next leak before the blogs do.